Yo guys, me Frank from the S17 channel here, and just before we get into this video, there are major spoilers in this one from the last video, which was I have Anne Frank's body parts in my fridge. Yeah, don't watch this one if you don't want to be spoiled, or if you want to go and watch the one before but you're choosing to watch it after because you're a little bit stupid, you see. But yeah, spoiler warning, of course. Now, let's go on to the video. Where we left off from the last video was me, Madeleine McCann and Javi Nagabaga have just escaped through that little hole there, and we stayed in there until the police with Rowan, until like they left. But of course, in that video, Lloyd Barker, or as he's known in that video at the end as Jake Barker, he passes away. He gets shot in the head by the most corrupt police officers I've ever seen, and now it's just me and Javi and Madeleine McCann left. Now you see, we knew they were gone because they slammed the fucking door and we heard everything. So we came out, we came out of there and searched around a little bit until we saw Lloyd's dead body, and we couldn't believe it because this was like the first time we had properly seen it. He was just there, dead. I don't even remember his last words, but he was dead. But then I remembered, and I am honestly, after that moment, I am the happiest man alive, because I see this, right? I see this sat there. This is the time machine, if you don't know, if you haven't watched the other video. This is the time machine that we used to go and get Anne Frank. Obviously, it's a little bit broken at the moment. The red colouring. It turns white when it's ready to use and red when it's not, because red's a shit-ass colour, possibly worn by a shit-ass team. Arsenal. God. We got straight to work into fixing this, and eventually, this changed into this. Now, obviously, as I said, white colouring, it looks perfect. It is ready to go. It is ready to be used. You see, it's this that makes it power. Now, this took a motherfucking ages to build, right? Because you've got to get all of this in there. You've got to use the magnets as fucking well. It took so long. Then placed this into the controller that we also fixed, slots it in, and then it does this. And if that's not magical enough, then you are gay. But of course, as we found out, you have to throw it at a wall in order for it to work. Now, you may not know this, but I can't do it now because obviously, you know, this is after the events. But basically, what we did was we pressed this button, then it flicked up here, and there was like this little screen with so many numbers, and it said enter four. It said enter 4 numbers. So we were smart and put 21.42, which was roughly about 3 minutes before Lloyd dies and gets shot. Now you see, we didn't know what was going to happen, so we inputted that and thought that would just take us to the time, and it did. You know, it did. It actually didn't need this at all. In fact, it tapped into our memories, and then it said throw the object at another object in order for it to work. And Javi takes the fucking controller out of my hand and goes like this, and it works. And then we jump through a massive portal, and we basically what we did was we went through, rugby tackled the police officers down a bit like this, and then it ended up like that. We took them out, and then we took Lloyd with us and jumped back through the portal so that our past lives would know nothing about what we just did. And I'm surprised that I'm not dead now because of that one reason. Now Lloyd is back with us, but you see, now we caused what is known as a parallel universe. And you may not know, but in a parallel universe, there are different ways of how our world reacts to stuff that is happening. Now you see, Lloyd here doesn't know what is, obviously doesn't know that his name is Lloyd. Instead, he knows himself as Jesus. And I'm like, well, you're not Jesus, mate. And as it happens, he is quite literally Jesus. He rose up in the fucking air, and Madeline had like a little slash on her arm from rugby tackling one of the police officers. Lloyd here, or Jesus, puts his fucking hand on her arm like this, and it heals it. And it fucking heals it. Because this is the new Jesus. In 2019, we have Jesus. So then we jump back through the portal, and all well is good. Except it's not, because we've ended up at, you know, Tatty. I think that's her name, or Totty, Tatty. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's Totty from like Drama Alert, but loads of other people are saying it's Tatty. I'm gonna go Tatty. It's easier. Dickhead. And there were serious allegations on James Charles that have actually turned out to be true. It's fucking wild. We'll go with that. How he was like manipulating people and their sexualities, and I have been a victim of this. Just because of a magic fucking portal and the fact that Lloyd got himself killed. I still blame Lloyd for this, but we don't need to go into that. But yeah, we end up in the kitchen, and for some reason, like when you go somewhere, when you go to a different like specific year, it changes your clothes. So I went in there wearing a waiter's uniform, and the other three as cooks, and I was wearing the waiter uniform. Now you see, I got given a bit of food and said, go take it over to that table there, and in my head I'm going, holy shit, that's James Charles. That's my girlfriend's idol right there. I take the thing over there, and I put it down, and James Charles says, oh my god, he's so cute. Oh my god. And I'm thinking, what an absolute bellend. I am obviously not a homophobe, so I said nothing. And then he said, oh my god, come to my party next week. And then yeah. And so I didn't. I told him I'm straight. Yeah, I know, but you seem like a cool guy. And I was like, shut the fuck up. And he was like, oh, I see. Come to my hotel tonight. And I was like, alright, at this point, I just wanted fucking money. I wanted my money, right? I wanted to take some money from this guy, and I was going to take it in any way, how. So, I eventually just said yes, as long as you can pick me up after my shift tonight. So then I went back with, like, the little thing in my hand. I went back like that, and I said to Javi, Jesus, and Madeline McCann, that I'm probably about to be nonced on in the next half an hour. They would burst out fucking laughing, the little pricks. They were just laughing and laughing. I was like, yo, I'm gonna be raped. Help me. They said, go to the thing, nick his money, come back, jump through the portal, all will be well and good. So, I do what they say. I end up at James Charles' hotel that night. And he says, right, he says to me, because I've been eyeing up his wallet like, all night. It's like every single time he would go out, I'd be like, and so then I eventually pick up the wallet, and he says, what the fuck do you think you're doing? I was like, I was just admiring your wallet. It's like, it's from a very nice shop, until I realised the shop's name was Fat Willie's. I kind of lost the will to live after I realised that. So then I put it down, and he said, do you want some money? And I said, yes. He handed me $50 fucking, and I was like, alright, sick, I'll do this every night. Until he said, have you ever thought about being gay? You would look amazing in makeup. And I was like, do you know what? No, and then my mind switched, and I said, no, I have not. No, I will not be gay. Oh, okay. Then he brings me to his bedroom, and at that point I'm fearing for my fucking life, right? So it's at that point where the portal, you know, like the portal thing opens up, and Javi and Jesus and Madeline McCann, they all pull me back through. Eventually, it went downhill after that, really, because then we got pulled not into where we wanted to be. Instead, we got pulled up to JA's house. We didn't know that was his name at the time, but his name is JA, and he said he was gay as well. And at that point, I was ready to turn gay, really. And we like kind of directed him to the prison thing, and this is a whole nother story. We'll get into this in another episode, maybe in a spin-off series. But pretty much, he breaks into the prison, brings out Noodlehead, and eventually we are now greater. We are now, at this point, we are the most wanted criminals in the fucking universe. At this point, don't come and find us, please. So yeah, no. Eventually, we get home, and we live for a month, and nothing happens for a whole month. Except, I told my girlfriend this story. She broke up with me because she thought I was gay. So, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? If you guys did enjoy this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And, yeah, like and subscribe. Fuck off.